Hi, this is ProACT Sam with our latest vlog from our Living and Working Abroad series. And this week we've had some questions about the UK state pension for Brexit and expats living and working abroad. How's it going to be affecting them? So we'll jump right into those. You can always get more information or ask more questions by going to our blog or podcast sites at our website, proactpartnership.com, or Facebook page, Living and Working Abroad, or Instagram, ProACT Sam Says. So follow us there, ask us questions, and we'll get back to you and maybe feature your question next time. So the first question is, when can I apply for UK state pension? UK state pension is fairly regimented. The notification is sent 6 weeks before retirement date, and the application has to be made by paper. So for expats living and working abroad, there is often a delay through the post with that. What you should do is make sure 2 months before that they've got your correct current address, so that you can receive that application pack in a timely manner, and then that has to be returned and submitted to them. They will then calculate your pension and pay it to you. Don't worry if there's a delay in the processing or the post. Any delayed payment will be paid to you with the first pension payment as a backdated amount. So 6 weeks before your retirement age. Retirement age does differ for people, so that's something to look out for. Now, the next question is related to that, is that can you postpone or delay a state retirement age? Well, the answer is yes, you can. Now, it could be that you're working abroad or you just don't need the pension at the moment. You can choose to defer the pension. It won't necessarily give you a massive uplift in terms of enhancing your pension, but you do get a real benefit for it. So it could be deemed to be quite a good savings plan. For every 9 weeks that you defer your UK state pension, you'll get a 1% uplift in the amount that you paid, which works out over the 13 four-week payments. The state pension is paid every 4 weeks, and it falls into 52 is 13. So you get 13 payments every 4 weeks. The weekly amount on which the state pension is paid would then rise by about 5.8% a year if you defer the pension by just 9 weeks. It doesn't sound like a lot, so if a £100 pension could go up to £101, but that £1 extra is paid then every week for the rest of your life. So if you live 30 years, it could be quite a good return for a small deferment in the pension. If you want to enhance your pension even more, then look at how many years contribution that you've got. It could be that you don't have the full 35 years and that you might want to credit some extra years. In that case, the two tactics that you've got is, one is to catch up for the previous 7 years that you've been away or abroad as an expat with a voluntary contribution. And the other alternative would be to postpone your retirement age to give you time to make additional contributions. So you can go back 7 years, but if you defer the pension 7 years ahead, you can pay 14 years, which might add quite a significant amount to that state pension, knowing that it will cost you money to put into the system, and that the pension is paid after you retire, but only until you die. So we're not talking about big widow's pensions or legacies that you can leave for your family and business. This state pension is something you're going to die with. If you want to know more, ask us questions, go to our website, Living and Working Abroad, contact us at the Contact Us page, or you can ask us questions through our Living Working Abroad Facebook page or Instagram feeds, ProACT Sam Says or Living and Working Abroad. Let's get on with the next question, is how many years do I need to contribute to get a full state pension? Now, in the last few years, state pensions have changed. So what we know is that the basic state pension is only for people that were born up until the 5th of April to 1953. So those pensions were generally paid by 2016 unless somebody's deferred them. And there, the contribution was for a minimum of 10 years and a maximum of 30. Now, under the new UK state pension scheme, what we know is that you have to have a minimum of 10 and a maximum of 35 years contributions. There's a bit more flexibility if you've had time out for bringing up children or been on welfare for any period of time for whatever reason. So you can get additional credits for that. So there is some more flexibility in the system which had previously been taken out. Still no widow's pension on the state pension though. So this is something that's going to die with you. So you have to contribute for 35 years. So expats living and working abroad can do that, even though they're abroad. They can do it because they're on a short-term in self-employed contract abroad, or they're with an employer that's got UK ties. Or you can pay Class 2 contributions because you're a self-employed contractor working abroad. Or finally, you could just pay voluntary contributions. Any way that you pay, and that there are different costs for each of the ways that you do it, it's still a very good savings scheme, because what you're receiving is for the 35 years a state pension of £164 a week that is index linked. So it's a very good pension and a very good return on an investment that's made, especially in the closer you get to retirement age. The actual return on your contribution is very, very good. So it's a good savings scheme. So looking at the next question, is it indexed? I want to cover two issues here about the indexation. First of all, yes, a UK state pension is indexed in certain circumstances. So if you are living and working in the UK, but if you're not, if you're an expat, then the situation changes quite rapidly, and there's a lot of uncertainty with Brexit surrounding this. So essentially, the UK state pension is indexed where the UK has got a bilateral UK social security agreement with that other country. Now, as a member of the EU, the UK is a member of the common social security agreement. So therefore, a state pension for any UK expat living and working in any of the EU 27 countries is going to be indexed when they receive that retirement pension. However, just bearing in mind, when I say EU here in this context, it means the EEA, the European Economic Area, which includes countries on the fringe, but not full EU members, which is Iceland, Norway, Liechtenstein. And it also embraces, for this definition, for this purpose, Switzerland and Gibraltar. So those are the countries where your UK state pension will be indexed. There are some other countries, and they're an eclectic mix, I can tell you. Now, first of all, it generally includes former Yugoslav states. It also includes a range of Caribbean islands like Bermuda and Bahamas. It includes all the British Isles, Jersey, Isle of Man, Guernsey, and it also includes specific countries like the USA, Israel, Turkey and the Philippines. But other countries, including major Commonwealth countries that you might retire to, like Australia, New Zealand, Canada, South Africa, you're not going to have your UK state pension indexed. So indexation for the last few years has been triple locked, i.e. it's been at the highest rate of the retail price index, the consumer price index, or wage inflation, which means that you've had high and rising incomes above inflation, above prices at a very good rate, essentially to let the state pension catch up with the previous limitations it had under previous governments before 2010. So that triple lock is working very well for pensions at the moment. And assuming that inflation linking carries on, it can be a big benefit over a 30-year retirement. Even over 10 years, it can be a good enhancement. And so retired expats need to consider well where they're going to live and work. So we've got two issues to look at there. The first one is that if you don't need the pension, would you defer it or would you not defer it? Well, think about it. If you defer it because you don't need the pension at the moment and then you would enhance it, that could be a benefit to you. But on the reverse side, if you don't need that pension as an expat, you could draw that pension. It could be a very tax efficient way for you to draw that pension income. And it could just be going into a little savings plan which provides some sort of a death benefit or additional fund for your widow, your male or female widow, or your family as an inheritance pot, or to pay for a very good funeral send-off if that's what you wanted to do. So it could be just get your weekly UK state pension, even if you don't need it, rather than defer it to get the enhanced rate for a shorter period of time. Get the best rate you can now and use it as a savings plan to build up a fund for long-term benefits later on, as a medical fund, funeral fund, or for next of kin. The second thing to consider about the pension is that you could receive the pension tax-free or with tax. Now, if you have worked abroad and you've got social insurance contributions abroad, potentially they can be used to enhance your UK state pension. So if you are an expat and you end up retiring back into the UK and you're looking at your UK state pension, there's something to consider there, because you could be, for example, have 10 years of contributions in Cyprus. You can go back to the UK and transfer those 10 years back into the UK system for enhanced UK state pension when you retire. So if you are short of your 35 years, you can make that up with contributions into a country where you've got a reciprocal social insurance agreement. So something for expats to think about. That's our questions for today. I hope you've learned some know-how from those and found some interesting insights. EU Brexit is a worry because under the withdrawal treaty, there's a provision for a transition period, so pensions will stay indexed during that transition period, and if a new UK-EU bilateral treaty is agreed, then pensions will continue to be indexed throughout the EU after Brexit. However, beyond 2021, there is an element of uncertainty, and we sort of watch our website at ProACTPartnership.com and follow our Facebook page, Living and Working Abroad, and our Instagram feeds at ProACT Sam Says. Follow those and keep in touch, because we can let you know how things develop in the coming weeks and months as the Brexit unfolds one way or the other. And we'll be happy to hear from you. And please share this podcast or this vlog or this blog, the words, the vision or the speech with other expats you may know that may need some updated information. Expats are living and working abroad with their family and business that may need to have a better idea of what their future responsibilities will be. This is ProACT Sam saying thank you for listening. Go along to our website at ProACTPartnership.com and download a copy of our guide, How EU Brexit Will Affect Overseas Property, Pension and Business, and share this with your family and friends, and look forward to seeing you next time at our next vlog with ProACT Partnership, Living and Working Abroad. Thank you very much.